Our mindset is definitely switched.
I don't see selfishness in each other with us. I feel like we're just very supportive of each other.
It takes courage to accept the new things, the different things of the program.
We have the best fans. We just want to give them a good show, an exciting game.
Well, I hope you guys are ready to get back to Bogle Park because I know we are. Welcome into your Pig Trail Nation preseason softball special. I'm Melissa Orange and the rest of the team going to join me throughout the show. We've got a lot to talk about and some fun to have as well. So let's get right to it. Before we look at the future, we got to remind you how that season ended a year ago. The Hogs finishing 4th in the SEC during the regular season with a 14-10 record in league play. But for the second year in a row, the women's postseason run ending in their own regional at Bogle Park. Last year, the Hogs fell to Arizona and Villanova in Fayetteville, watching the Wildcats advance to the Super Regional on their own field.
It was super painful. It was painful for everybody. Nobody wants to lose, but especially nobody wants to lose the way that we did because we had such a talented group last year, and on paper, we were the best team in the country on paper. And the frustration for when time and time again it just wasn't showing up. And obviously, it's not like we didn't want to perform. It's just the way things go.
We heard there from senior Bree Ellis, one of the notable returners for the Razorbacks this year. Ellis leading the team a season ago with 14 home runs, and now sophomore catcher Kennedy Miller back behind the plate, hoping to build on her freshman campaign that ended with All-American honors last year. Speedster Reagan Johnson, who led the Hogs with a .380 batting average and 12 stolen bases, she is back, as is Reagan Kramer, tied for 11th in the SEC in walks taken a season ago at 32. They're a part of a very strong group that hopefully will help lead this Arkansas team in 2025.
Well, they're really good. So it's nice that they've been there and they've done that. They're experienced. They're seasoned. They just add so much perspective to the young ones. And so it's just a really good blend of old, experienced, just like seasoned veterans with new, just like green and just like getting shot out of a cannon. It's a really good blend. Bree, Kennedy, Reagan Johnson, Robin Heron. We have some really, really great veterans.
We bring in our Courtney Mims now. And Courtney, looking back at Reagan Kramer and Reagan Johnson, man, they have been making an impact since their freshman season, and now they're upperclassmen, which is crazy. Even crazier to talk about a team that does not have a Hannah Gamble on it. But it's an opportunity now for a lot of these players that we've mentioned already to step into that leadership role.
Absolutely. Alyssa, you mentioned Hannah Gamble.
Yeah.
I hope don't cry on the show, right? It is weird not seeing her on the roster, but that doesn't mean they don't have leadership on this team. And what I mean by saying that is how can you not get excited when you hear about those returners, Bree Ellis, Reagan Johnson, Kennedy Miller, you just mentioned them, Alyssa, all on the D1 softball top 100 players list this season, all throughout that list. Not to mention Ellis was also named to the USA Softball Collegiate Player of the Year watch list as well. That is what is really nice about this team. You have some incredibly talented returners and some incredibly talented newcomers. Coach Steifel did say it best right there. It is a great mix. That's because the returners have been teaching those new ones, but the new ones, Alyssa, have also been helping those returners. It sounds like there is a lot of leadership on this team, if you ask me.
Yeah, Courtney, flashing back to February 24th when Robin Heron threw her first perfect game against Illinois State. That was a lot of fun. So let's talk now about pitching. The Florida native back in the circle to help lead this Arkansas pitching staff alongside Reese Burline. But Reese, Courtney, remember a year ago, only had 8 starts. Really interested to see how her role increases. And they brought in some freshmen, 3 to be exact, and pitchers Lexi King, Cam Harrison, and Peyton Burnham. These two, Lexi and Cam, these are from their senior season of high school. And of course, now all 3 of them here at Arkansas. Here, they've also been very impressive. Just ask upperclassman Robin Heron.
I think the freshmen came in, had a lot of spunk to them and really like a lot of excitement. And me and Reese are experienced, so we kind of already have that like resilience and fearlessness built in. And I think that the energy is contagious amongst us. Like if one person is feeling like that, it's a lot easier for everyone else to kind of follow their lead. Lexi, Cam, and Peyton all impressed me, but I think they came in with kind of an attitude.
You know, Courtney, last year, we'd been so used to seeing Shanice Dels, Mary Half, Autumn Storm being that centerpiece of a pitching staff. They didn't really have one last year. It was a pitch by committee, but they still had a lot of success in the circle. A 2.18 ERA, that's 4th best in the SEC last year. But they're going to need some of these young pitchers to step up because Robin can be that centerpiece, but you got to build people around her.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's what I'm curious to see, Alyssa. It can't just be all on Robin and Reese. These freshmen are going to have to step up. But to be fair, look at the fall ball season and how those freshmen performed there. One of the games I remember against Seminole State College, Kim Harrison pitched 2 innings. Alyssa, she struck out every batter she faced in those 2 innings, 6 Ks. It looked like it was easy for her. And then King and Burnham came into that game, pitched well as well. They didn't allow a run. Coach Teifel said that trio is going to be a great compliment to Robin and Reese. Don't put all the pressure on those two. And that each of the trio of freshmen are a little bit different. That's going to add to the depth of the staff as well. That is what I feel like they need with this team. And that's what we're going to see, hopefully, with that pitching staff.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how it all unfolds. And usually this first week is when we get to see a glimpse of everybody, just to see how they perform under pressure in a game-like setting. But a lot to look forward to with this freshman class. Courtney, thank you. You know, they've got a lot of returners, a lot of new faces, though, they've brought in to build this strong roster for 2025. So after the break, we're going to introduce you to one of those new faces who comes over from the Big 12 to the SEC. Stick around.
That's what our team does, is they just welcome anybody with open arms. They know anytime we add someone, they add value and they are going to make us better. And so that's been really great to see. Obviously, Carly Davison, Kaylee Wyckoff.
Welcome back to our preseason softball special. I've got Jacob Morris with me now, and as we look at a handful of these names that Arkansas fans will quickly get to know, you had the opportunity to sit down with transfer Kaylee Wyckoff.
Yeah, absolutely. Kaylee making the trip over from Texas Tech, and netting Wyckoff was a massive win for Coach Teifel and company. Considered a top 10 player across the board, she hit over 400 for Texas Tech a season ago. She's the real deal, and she's ready to shine in multiple different positions for the Razorbacks this season.
Whenever I entered the portal originally, I was super nervous. I didn't know exactly what was going to happen, but, Coach Teifel reached out to me and was like, hey, we'd like to have you on a visit. And I was like, okay, cool. I mean, I've already been here once before and I loved it. So I'd love to come back.
After visiting Fayetteville for a high school camp back in 2019, this offseason, Texas Tech transfer Kaylee Wyckoff paid the Hill another visit. This time, Coach Teifel and company didn't let her get away.
I've obviously hadn't talked to her since I came to that camp, but I felt like, we were best friends from the start. She was just so welcoming, and all the coaches were so welcoming, and, on my visit, everything just, seemingly went perfect for me, so I just knew that I needed to be here.
Wyckoff brings a truckload of accolades to Fayetteville. 2023 Big 12 Freshman of the Year, 2024 Big 12 First Team, Softball America's 8th-ranked individual transfer in the last cycle, as well as a knack for the big moment.
And Wyckoff is both right there, gone!
And yet, maybe what stands out most is Wyckoff's versatility. She might be the Webster Dictionary definition of a utility player. In 2 seasons at Tech, Wyckoff started 9 or more games at 5 different positions. Trait she's always had through her softball career.
I was just always ready wherever they wanted to put me. On my first day of high school, actually, my coach told me to go to second base, and I had never played second base before. And then I got yelled at for making a mistake because I'd never played before.
All second base mistakes aside, Wyckoff is ready to show off that same versatility this season for the Hawks. Coach Teifel encouraging it was a big draw to the Hill. Another draw, her #1 fan, her mom Katie, being all in on Arkansas.
I love my mom. She's my hero, seriously. I can count on my one hand, how many games she's missed in my entire life, and I'm pretty sure it's 3. Talking to my mom about it, going back and forth, we definitely just concluded that this is definitely where I needed to be and where I could, feel my best and play my best.
And Mom doesn't plan on starting to miss games now. She expects to be at nearly every single home game, a sacrifice that isn't lost on Kaylee. means the world.
Whenever we're standing on the line for the national anthem, I turn around after we're done and I try and find her in the stands because I never know where she's gonna sit. She always sits in a different spot, so I always try and find her. And like seeing her up in the stands is just really special to me. You know, knowing that she's gonna support me fully, 1,000%, no matter what it is or where I'm at.
Kaylee, obviously a really talented player, is going to help the Razorbacks in so many ways. But sitting down with her, something I thought was interesting is she mentioned the different personalities on this team, and she said she's a bit more on the quieter side, but being around some of the bigger personalities like Bri Ellis and Ella McDowell right there, it draws out even the personality in Kaylee.
Well, people are going to know who Ella McDowell is very, very quickly. She is an addition that they brought in with this freshman class, and you're going to notice her, I guarantee, on day one. She was ranked number 3 overall in the country, the number 1 infielder in the country. She comes over from Richmond, Texas, with a long list of accolades.
First time we watched her. The first time we watched her. She just, she's special. We had heard about her, and then you get to watch her, and no matter how many times we watched her and how excited we were for her to be a Razorback and get here, she has still far exceeded any of our expectations. And our bar was really, really high. She is that kind of player. She is incredibly special on and off the field.
So here are some of those stats with Wyckoff and McDowell from a season ago. Ella's incredible. I'm excited to see her play as a fellow softball player. You're envious of all of those numbers. 2 other transfers to look out for, and Courtney Day coming over from Texas and Carly Davidson coming over from Utah. Remember, she played 2 seasons ago with assistant coach DJ Gasso, a part of that team that went on that College World Series run. Jacob, when Courtney and I were talking, we mentioned not having Hannah Gamble. They also don't have the Kaminson twins. Rylan Hedgecock is gone. Nia Carter is gone. They had to go out and fill a lot of holes with a lot of talented transfers in this freshman class, and I think Courtney Deifel and her staff did that.
Yeah, absolutely. The Hogs lose a lot, like you said, but the new faces for this Arkansas team, they're ready to step in and contribute right away. Wyckoff, a big addition in the portal, but Courtney Day brings College World Series experience, right? Something that's really valuable. And, you know, you already mentioned the familiarity between Carly Davison and, you know, the Utah, or the coaching staff coming over from Utah and DJ Gasso. And I think the freshman class, like you were talking about, is just so fascinating for the Hogs this season. You heard how highly Coach Deifel views Ella McDowell, and when I sat down with Bri Ellis a couple of weeks ago, she said she didn't even know how to describe Ella. No words to describe her, but it's not just Ella when it comes to the freshmen. Ramsey Walker, also ranked a top 20 recruit by extra innings softball. She's been a star in the spring. She's going to play a big role in the outfield. She's going to fill that void that Nia Carter leaves behind from last season.
Yeah, Courtney Deifel mentioned in a press conference a few weeks ago, last year's team never fully fired and still had a successful season, even though they didn't get out of their regional. So I'm excited to see what this group can do, especially when they get together on the field and all the potential that they have on paper. All right, you know what else takes a lot of talent? Base stealing. Reagan Johnson had 12 to her name a season ago, so our Courtney Mims decided, hey, I'm going to give it a try. I'll head over to Bogle and see if I can do that. We'll show you if she can do that after the break. Base stealing. It's about timing, it's about form, and it's about speed. Reagan Johnson has all of those. Our Courtney Mims, well, she tried, and she spent some time after the Hogs practice to learn how the Hogs' leading base stealer finds so much success on the base paths.
Yeah, we're here with Reagan Johnson, and I should preface this with what I'm about to do. I'm not excited for, but she is the expert on it, and that is base stealing and sliding into base and things I have never done in my life. So, Reagan, last year you were the team leader in stolen bases with 12. You said you don't think about it, but is there a specific way you need to do it to maybe not hurt yourself?
No, honestly, not really. It's gonna hurt either way. Sorry, but it is gonna hurt. You know, it's dirt, it's the ground. There's not really any specific thing you need to do other than not sliding too late. Yeah, we don't want to slide too late, and we obviously don't want to slide too early. So that timing is a lot of things in softball in general. Timing. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look, I said team leader in stolen bases last year with 12, but you want more this year. Why is that? What do you think you're going to do better this year than you did last year?
I just know that second base is the golden base for us, so I need to be there more often. So if I hit more singles, then I need to be on second base. So I'm gonna work hard to to steal more often, you know?
That's it. Very simple. Steal more often, and that's what Reagan Johnson is going to do. Last year, you also led the team in batting average as well. You were 5th in the SEC. How do you feel like your game has improved in the offseason, and what Reagan Johnson are we going to see this season?
The same Reagan Johnson. I've been working just as hard, working on just being me and doing what I need to do and being the player that I need to be for my team.
Oh, I love that. Great answer. Let's get into it, though. I'm stalling way too much for you guys here who really just want to see me make a fool of myself today. I'm going to let you do this once for me. We're going to see you, the expert, do it. And then I am going to try myself and maybe not break anything, bruise anything, get scraped up like you guys do on a regular basis. Can we do that? Mm-hmm. Great. Awesome. Oh, no. Oh, no. I got the expert of all experts doing this. Okay, right here.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily want to like jump. You want to just ease to the ground. Jumping is gonna hurt. So like there's a lot of people that will go and they're like, jump, and it's like that's just looks painful.
Okay. Okay. Can she do it one more time?
Slow motion, slow motion.
Oh no, don't do it.
Right there.
Okay.
That right there. And then pop up.
She did that so beautifully, and it was so good. I think I'm gonna hurt myself.
I'm gonna give her a 7. I think my teaching skills are great, and I think she's gonna do it great.
You have a lot more confidence in me than I have in myself. All right, jump to slide.
Come on.
Oh, almost. I needed to get
Yep.
a
little bit closer.
Did it? No. Okay, that didn't hurt that bad.
Yeah.
Should I do it again?
Mm-hmm. And then just pick up a little bit more speed if you can.
Well, I got nervous.
Yeah.
All right. Right there. I felt so good about the sprint, though.
Yeah, you did have it, and then I saw you got a little nervous.
Got it. Don't hurt yourself. I did it twice, still feeling good.
3rd time's the charm.
Slide when I hit Reagan. Slide when I hit you, right?
Yep.
Oh, almost!
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
I almost got there.
Yeah,
Okay.
you almost did.
You know what?
I'd say that was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't get there. I would have been out.
It's okay. It's okay.
Reagan, that was awesome. You make that look so much easier than that actually is. I'm out of breath because I was really trying to sprint that last time. Reagan, thank you so much for doing this. That was awesome. Let's finish off really quickly with, how excited are you for this season?
I'm so excited. It's going to be a great time. We have so much fun on the field with each other, and I can't wait to see us compete together.
Oh, I can't wait as well. Let's send things back to you, Alyssa.
Oh, Courtney, I hurt for you. And as a former softball player, it's a start. We're going to get you there, but you can't slow down. You just got to go for it. But I appreciate you entertaining us. Thanks a lot. All right, we're having some fun, but time is flying by. We've got to take a look at the Hawks' schedule and the path to the postseason. That's next after this.
As the team, of course we want to win the World Series, come on. But I think we're going to compete in SEC play. We're going to place well there, and we're going to just do our best to make a super regional and then make our way to OKC.
Oklahoma City, always the goal. It's also a place the Hogs have yet to end the end of the season. So could this be the year? We're going to have to see. Alyssa Orange alongside Courtney Mims and Jacob Morris again as we wrap things up here. And guys, here's the biggest thing with the league. You add Oklahoma and Texas. And I know a lot of people thought, oh, football, that'll be fun. Here's the deal. Those two teams have played for a national title in 2024 and 2022. OU won both of those. And oh, by the way, they've won the last 4, but nobody's counting. The season starts on the road for the Hogs at the on the road. Then they've got the Woo Pig Classic at home to open things up on February 28th. They're at home for Ole Miss for their SEC opener. Then they welcome the Sooners, who, as I mentioned, have won the last 4 national titles on March 14th, the SEC tournament in Athens, Georgia, starting on May 6th.
I think that we all have an idea, and yet we have no idea until we're in it. I think that when you hear that with other sports, it's like, yep, that's been our life for a long time, of like all of our teams being in the top 25, top 30, typically RPI wise. It gets harder and harder to win. You have to be your best. You have to bring the best that you have that day, because they're going to demand that from the other dugout.
They also go to Tennessee. They go to Gainesville as well. They were picked to finish 7th this year in the preseason poll, guys, by the coaches. What could the season look like for this team?
It could look really good or it could look really bad. Like you said, the SEC is tough in every single sport, but softball might just be a different level.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how SEC play will be for this team.
Yeah, absolutely. And how can you not be excited for March 14th through March 16th, right?
Yeah.
Arkansas hosts Oklahoma, 4 straight national championships. Baseball on the road at Ole Miss. That means Bogle's going to be packed.
Yeah, well, DJ Gasso going to face his mom, but it's fine. It's no big deal. No big deal. But it'll be fun. Again, they start their season Thursday in San Marcos. For our entire team, thank you so much for watching. Softball season's here, everybody. We're excited. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Good night.